Hi, welcome along to the Invincible podcast with my man Lee. Judges in the building. Brought to you today by Who Knows Wins. Don't forget to check out their excellent app. Results are in from last week.
Get in there.
What do you mean get in there?
What do you mean get in there? I won again.
Hold on, wait a minute. The Wolves special.
Oh, you didn't say that.
The Wolves special, I beat you on that.
Yes, you did beat me on that, yeah.
I beat you on the Wolves special. You beat me on the pick 10, so we're still even.
Yeah, 3-3 now.
Yeah, so what's all this get in there?
Well, because
chill, man.
The pick 10's harder, isn't it? You know?
He's always got a couple.
It's
You know what? I've never met a guy so competitive.
A lot harder.
Trust me. You should have been a professional footballer. You've got that competitiveness.
I have got that. Like,
you really do, man. This week, you can win £7,500, right, in the competition. And also, you can also win either the Arsenal home kit, the away kit, the yellow one, or the third kit, right? They're gonna give it away to 3 random players. All you got to do is sign up for the Pick 10 League through AFTV, right? And you can win yourself one of those shirts just by signing up. The link is in the description. Also, I want to say a big congratulations going out to TomStar9902. He guessed 8 out of 10. You were running up your mouth about the pick 10. He got 8 out of 10 right. You know how much money he won?
Go on.
£4,500 he won.
I only got 2.
I know, I was horrendous in it last week.
I got 4.
I was horrendous in it.
One did he get wrong?
8 out of 10.
One did he get wrong?
I don't know. He got £4,500.
Well done.
If you DM us, by the way, TomStar9902, we're going to send you some goodies as well on top of that for winning. So well done to you. But wow,
he should be sending us some goodies like that. I mean, $4,500.
I know.
So I want to know what one he got wrong.
I don't know, man. No, 8 out of 10 he got.
We got 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. You know what? I'm going to pick mine now. Let me just go into it before we get the show started, right? So, Aston Villa versus Southampton. I'll go Southampton win, man. They're playing well at the moment.
They are playing really well at the moment. And
Burnley versus Chelsea. It's got to be a Chelsea win in that one. Charlton. Look at their record. They've lost their last 5 games versus Sunderland. I'm going Sunderland win. Derby versus Barnsley. Oh, look at...
There's some difficult ones in here, aren't there, today?
I'll go for a Derby win. They need a win. They were going down by the looks of it. Hull versus West Brom. I watched West Brom the other night. They were horrendous. I'm going to go for a West Brom win.
So
I'm going against the
I've done exactly the same thing. They cannot continue to keep losing.
Newcastle versus Brighton. Newcastle win.
Yeah.
Norwich versus Brentford. Norwich win.
Yeah, I've gone Norwich.
Rangers versus Aberdeen. Rangers win. Wolves versus Palace. Ooh. Draw.
Oh,
and Liverpool versus West Ham. That has got to be a Liverpool win. Right. That is what I am going for this week. Entry confirmed. There you go. And please bring home some dough for me this weekend.
Well, we're not. I've got a few different ones here. I know, like 488.
Bloody hell. Who Knows Wins. The link is in the description. All you got to do is click on, get involved in it right now. As I said, you can win the Arsenal home kit, away kit, third kit, any of those. The choice is yours. 3 people at random we're going to pick, so make sure you get involved right now.
And guaranteed, there's always one team in there that's going to let you down. One team in there will let you
Let's
down.
hope. Well, Arsenal are not in it this week, so let us down anyway. Listen, before we start as well, what you done to your knee, man? I see you hobbling in here. What you been doing now? You still playing football?
I'm still playing football, yeah. Played a game.
Told you, man. Give it up now, man.
I was actually not going to go to the game on Sunday at Watford because we had a cup game. And I was going to play in the cup game and then do the studio and that. But now I've got injured, I'm going to the game. So
if you can make it, you can hardly walk.
I can hardly walk at the moment. So much pain.
What'd you do?
Do you know what? This is a really weird thing. I went to block the ball and the ball clipped my toes and it's just opened up my knee. And I didn't think nothing of it at first. I thought, that's a little bit sore in the inside of my knee. Well, by Sunday night, I couldn't sleep. I've been in real pain, you know. And everybody, no sympathy, Robbie. Everybody's just saying, give it up. Give it up.
Give it up, mate.
Turned around and said, well, we wish you a speedy recovery. Give it up.
Give it up.
Retire.
So how long are you going to be out for?
6 weeks, I reckon. I think at the end
6
of the season,
weeks?
No, I reckon about 4. But, I am a machine, so I should be back in 3.
The next time you hear Lee Judges, right, either on a watch along or something like that, and a player goes down and he goes, "Get up!" Right? Bear that in mind.
I carried on.
Bear that in mind.
I carried on, like, you know.
Yeah, look, and now you can't walk.
Yeah, now I can't walk.
You think this stuff is some joke thing,
Oh,
man?
dear.
But what a week. What a week it's been.
Other than my knee injury, it's been a fantastic. I didn't have a good week, Robbie.
So what, Tottenham getting knocked out of the FA Cup?
Tottenham get battered. Even on Pancake Day. Unbelievable, isn't it? Like, you just can't write it. The gift that keeps on giving, Tottenham Hotspur. Thank you very much.
Turned over on Pancake
And
Day.
deservedly so.
I know. I
deservedly
couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how bad they were, and it put a smile on my face. I mean, obviously we got knocked out as well, but the thing is, right? Even when we got knocked out, and I'm not gonna even sugarcoat that was horrendous as well. Getting knocked out against Nottingham Forest.
Bang.
But you know what? The one thing we can say is that in that game we had a much changed team.
Yeah.
We was playing Charlie Patino and people like, remember?
We had a few injuries.
They had out their strongest team. It was the same team that beat Leeds. It was unchanged.
Great, isn't it?
They went into that game just complacent, thinking they were just going to blow away Middlesbrough. And the only thing that didn't put the cherry on the cake, I wanted Balogun to score.
When he had a chance.
I wanted Balogun, man. I was like, Balogun.
He played well when he came on.
Yeah, I was like, come on, Balogun, man.
But
oof.
What's great about it, Robbie, right, is the Spurs fans. I goes Football Sunday, right? Who you got midweek? You got a game midweek, have you? Like, giving it the whole large one, like, oh no, because you knocked us out of the cup, like. 2 days later, you're battered again, like. It's unreal. I love it. I just don't know where. But now, the internet's gone down, isn't it? Like, the phones are not working. They've gone. They've disappeared again, haven't they?
You know what? Whoever came up with that song, Tottenham get battered everywhere they go, he should have trademarked it.
Do you know what?
He'd be a millionaire by now, man.
Do you know
we're going to be singing that for years to come.
The ironic thing about that, though, it was them that started it. Do you remember when they sung it about Arsenal at Crystal Palace? They started it off at Crystal Palace and then got battered by Crystal Palace. You can't make it up, the old Spurs fans. They make up the old song now, the whole country sings it about them, like, So apparently Spurs fans won't go in a fish and chip shop. They're too scared, they might get bad. Great, I love it.
I love it. Seriously, it did give me, and then you was telling me about your West Ham mate as well. He was giving it to you as well.
Well, yeah, my West Ham Paul. I love him. But he's turning around. He said, "Can I have an extra hour off because we're the only team left in the FA Cup?" And so I said, "Yeah, go on, have a day." And he said, "I said, have a safe journey." And the last thing he said to me, "This is my lucky hat," and put it on.
When he was going to Southampton.
When he was going to Southampton. I hope he's thrown it away on the way home, because it weren't that lucky, was it? Boom. So,
but does Tottenham getting knocked out now of the FA Cup, because now they're like us, they've got nothing else to play for. They've only got the league. So did we kind of want them to stay in a bit longer? No?
Nah. I wanted him to go 1 or 2 rounds. 1 or 2 rounds that he's done for him, like, you know what I mean? But then, what I really wanted him to do was go 1 or 2 rounds, and then when it comes to the midweek go as far up the country as they possibly could, which they nearly did in Middlesbrough, and lose. He couldn't have got no better. You know what I mean? All the way home. You know what I mean? Travelling home. And I tell you what, I think it rained again up there. They got all wet again. I'm sorry. No.
And then, you know what? On top of that now, the Abramovich news.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of shocked me. I mean, obviously we heard we all know what's been going on, terrible stuff that's been going on over there in the Ukraine. And we know that, like, obviously Abramovich has been under pressure because, the government have been sanctioning a lot of the rich Russian oligarchs because of the conflict in Ukraine. And at first he was giving the club to the trustees, but now coming out and saying that, he's selling it outright. What does that mean for Arsenal, Lee? Does that mean now that it's going to level things up a little bit more? Does it mean that Arsenal, when you think about the way we've approached things recently, which is trying to build a team through youth, not spending great deals. Well, we've spent a lot of money, to be fair, but in comparison to a team like Chelsea that over the years, they've spent the most. They've been the most successful club in the last 10 years in this Premier League, right? Since Abramovich has come in, they've won everything. Recently winning the Super Cup. But they've done a lot of that because he's bankrolled the thing. There's been, I don't think there's any other club, not even the Man Cities and that, where, you know, he's bankrolled the club to the tune of 1.5 billion.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Which he's going to write off, by the way. That's going to be gone now. Whoever the new owner comes in, they might have a lot of money. He's going to have a lot of money to buy it. But even then, it's not going to be done in the same way as it used to be done. That levels Chelsea down a lot, doesn't it?
I think
it gives Arsenal a bit of a more of an opportunity to be successful.
It does, because the one thing is with he hasn't really used it as a business, has he?
No.
If you look at it,
that's not run as a business.
He's pumped his money, and you'd have to say fair play to him for that.
No,
you know.
Yeah.
But look, listen, where were Chelsea before he come in? They was up there. But, you know, might win the odd cup, but they'd never challenged for the league. You know what I mean? I remember watching Chelsea in Division 2 when they was relegated and all that.
I remember Save the Bridge.
Yeah,
when
Save the Bridge.
When, you know, Chelsea fans were having to raise money to save Stamford Bridge because it was in, you know, could close down.
Yeah, you could park your car on there, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Pay them a £5 and it helped their fund to park your car. What a great thing, like, no worry about parking at Chelsea, it's parking on the pitch. You know what I mean? Like, well, it wasn't like that.
Yeah, it was terrible.
You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, they could go back to where they were, put some back in the pack as far as I'm concerned, because no one's going to be doing what they've done. You know, the only thing is that Newcastle might replace them and that sort of thing.
Yeah, but even the Newcastle owners, are they going to be like
I don't think like
Abramovich,
no.
Because that's what I'm saying. The Newcastle owners obviously will pump loads of money in, right? Just like the Man City owners have pumped loads of money in. But the difference with Abramovich is that he pumped money in, but
nothing.
He never wanted to get any of it back. He just like would just pump money in. He was like an obsessed kid with that club. In that he just was like, I just want success, and if it means I discard everybody that I bought the season before, and I discard the manager, I don't care if I've got to pay him £3 million to pay him off or whatever it is. I'll pay that. I'll discard Kepa, even though I paid £70 million for him. I'll just go again. I don't think whoever the new owners are going to be able to do that.
No, it'd be really interesting with Chelsea because they've got a few players that are going for free at the end of the season, like, you know, like. But in the past, they're not really worried about that. You know, you can go free because but all of a sudden now they're going to have to replace those players with 30, 40, 50 million pound central defenders and midfielders and what. They ain't going to be able to do that no more. Yeah. So welcome to the real world, Chelsea. Yeah,
because you know, like a mate of mine who's a big Chelsea fan was saying, but Robbie. Yeah, unfortunately. Right? But he was saying to me, he's going, Robbie, he's going, but it doesn't matter. He goes, because the only person capable of buying that is a billionaire. So we'll still be, the same. And I'm saying to him, listen, the owners of Arsenal are billionaires. You know what I mean? Yeah. The owners of Villa are billionaires. The owners of literally every top flight club, in top 6 club, are billionaires.
Yeah.
But they are not going to do it in the way Abramovich has done it. It's a unique thing that the guy has done. And I think it's really... And maybe Arsenal, as I said, have been sort of doing things in a very prudent way. And it might, listen, if I was the hierarchy at Arsenal, you're rubbing your hands together at the moment thinking, Chelsea's now a team that we can catch. We can catch them, and obviously it's going to depend who takes it over, but it won't be an Abramovich.
No. The other thing is, listen, for Abramovich to do what he's doing, he knows there's no way back. There's no way back for him, so he's got to sell it. Otherwise, he could actually lose it forever. Yeah. So I don't know what would happen then with Chelsea. I really don't. So it is a big worry for him. I wouldn't be too happy about. Everton are in the same sort of problems as well because. We could have actually gone down that.
Well, I was going to ask you that as well. We dodged a bullet there, right? In a way, because I'm sorry to use that. Maybe I shouldn't use that as the actual reference, but we've dodged because when you think about it, there was a lot of us, right, who were like, let's give Usman off the gig.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Kroenke, go, Usmanov, of course, owned 30% of the club. For many years, he always said that he wants to own the whole thing. Remember, he put in a bid to buy the whole thing, which was turned down, and a lot of us were upset. He always spoke about the fact that he'd spend very much like what Abramovich had done. And we were all sort of, saying, let's get Usmanov in. It'd be great to have him in. If he had been in now, he would have, because he's been sanctioned. I think I saw that they've seized his yacht.
Yeah, so he can't put anything into Everton at this moment in time.
Yeah, so if he would have been the sole owner probably of Arsenal doing an Abramovich, and what situation would we have been in right now?
Sometimes, what's that thing, the devil you know, or something? Or something saying, you know what I mean? Well, we've certainly got the devil, but you know what I mean. At the end of it, at least you know that. Well, you don't know with some with the Russian thing and everything. I don't want to get into the politics side of it. You don't really know what's going, but it does look like there's some dodgy goings on. But they're sort of backing him and whatever. I know that Abramovich, to his credit, sort of backing away from that, and I think it's great that he wants to put all his money into sorting out Ukraine and everything like that.
Yeah, but he still hasn't come out though and condemned what's going on in Ukraine. I saw what he said about it going towards the victims of the Ukraine war. That could be Russian soldiers as well. I mean, I think what people would like to hear him do is come out and condemn the war in Ukraine. Yeah. But obviously he's in a difficult situation because he's Russian. He knows Putin.
Well, they're quite close, aren't they?
That's the rumour has it they're close. He says they're not. But wow, it's a real. This is something that could really change a lot of things in football.
Yeah.
In the Premier League.
Without a shadow of a doubt. I think Everton have now got to change their stance. I think, don't forget with Everton, they're just putting a load of money towards a new stadium, which I'm pretty sure that he would have been focusing all of a sudden, you could be going to Liverpool in the next few years and seeing an half-empty stadium and never being done. You know what I mean? Because obviously he was going to be funding that. So,
and there's always been that rumour that he's really the
driving force. Yeah.
He's really the guy behind it with the cash.
Yeah. So and it'd be interesting to see what happens at Chelsea.
So maybe it was good that we stayed with the Cronkies after all.
They're building something, the Cronkies, aren't they? They're building. Don't know what, but they're building.
I just think it is a real moment. Yeah. And I'm looking on it and I'm saying, this is a moment that Arsenal have to try and capitalise upon. Obviously, like you said, Newcastle are coming on the scene as well. But after Arsenal, maybe in doing their plans now, because I always look back to it and I think to myself, when Arsenal moved into the new stadium, they didn't take into the account the fact that you're going to have the emergence of a Chelsea and a Man City.
No, they didn't.
Where you get two clubs with loads and loads of money. And they never really adjusted their way of doing things. They still kept doing it in the right way, and we just that aided in us in getting left further and further left behind, because we were always on this thing that we're only going to spend what we earn and stuff like that. But I think that this whole thing that's happening to Roman Abramovich is going to really focus the mind now of some of these owners. And they might think twice.
Well, exactly. You don't know you don't really know if Chelsea can afford the wage bill and everything that they're doing with the money, with the turnstile. Don't forget, they've not got the biggest ground in the world, the turnstiles and everything like that, sponsorship deals and everything like that. I'm pretty sure Abramovich was contributing towards that. Well, that contribution's now not there. So will they be able to keep the players on big money? Look at Lukaku, big money. And then that will give other teams opportunity. They might be able to sustain it for a year or so, but not that investment that he's been putting in over the years is gone now. So they've got to come back into line with whatever it is. So
and they're kind of stuck at Stamford Bridge because they can't. That's one of the things that's been always against them, is that they wanted to sort of build this new stadium on Stamford Bridge. They've had problems with that, with residents not wanting to sell up so that they could extend it. The fans own the pitch, so they can't just up and move to wherever they go. So somebody coming into, I saw it valued at $3 billion, and I'm like, Are they sure they're going to get that amount for it? That's that. You know, Man United is like only a little bit more than that. There's no way Chelsea is worth as much as that. They don't have the stadium that's going to be able to bring in.
And they're not going to be able to grow it the way to make more and more money out of it. So it's an investment what you're not going to get a great return on. If you was to say like buy, I don't know, Everton or, you know, someone like that, or Tottenham or an Arsenal, there's a, you know, like a bigger chance of extending the stadiums and whatever. I think they was talking about Chelsea with having to dig down more than anything else, you know. Maybe that'd be a good thing with their football. Poor old Chelsea.
Honestly, this is a moment that, you know, maybe as an Arsenal, you know, if you're, as I said, if you're a director and you're a board member or you're the owner of the club, you're looking at it and thinking, this may be a moment where Arsenal maybe can take advantage of it and get back on the scene, because I definitely don't, you know, yes, of course they will, someone will buy it. It's a big club, right? And it's, you know, it's a well-renowned brand now, right? After what Abramovich has done over the last 20 years. Somebody will definitely buy it, but I just don't think whoever buys it are going to be another Abramovich. And this could be a chance for Arsenal to pounce. It might make Arsenal and other teams around a bit stronger now, you know what I mean? Because you know they ain't got them unlimited funds to just keep doing what they've been doing over the years.
Exactly. So, you know,
we've got to take advantage of it.
We've got 100%. You know, when we went into the Emirates, we didn't think that Man City and Chelsea were going to be there. We always sort of thought that a guaranteed top four was going to be there. That's not now. I honestly think now, where you've looked at it in the past, you've gone, right, yeah, Chelsea and Man City are always guaranteed top four with the money they've spent. Maybe not now, you know. So, and I was a bit worried. Look, you know, Newcastle were going to come into that, so that was 3, and that leaves them Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham, etc. battling for one position now. But maybe if Chelsea now will come back into the pack, and that makes it basically the same as what it is now. So, you know, got to get your house in order and make sure you try and get into that top 4.
Yeah, and talking about getting into the top 4, we got a great chance. I mean, again, last weekend, we didn't have a game, but not all the results went our way. Obviously, Tottenham won, beating Leeds 4-0. West Ham won. They got a 1-0 win.
Yeah, against Fulham.
But United slipped up.
They played Wolves, didn't they?
Wolves, yeah. Wolves, I don't know what Wolves were doing, resting all these players in that game. I mean, what is up with it? I just couldn't get that. But anyway, the one that was very significant was Man United dropping points at home to Watford, a game that you would have literally, if we were doing our who knows wins, we would have all gone for a United win. Yeah, they dropped points. Now, Lee, if we beat Watford on the weekend and say United were to drop points, they've got Manchester City away.
Yeah,
we would go 2 points above them with 3 games in hand.
Massive.
Let me just double check that. But I'm sure of it. It's 3 points ahead of them. 2 points ahead of them.
2 points ahead of us now.
3 games in hand.
3 games in hand, haven't we?
Just checking it, sorry. So they're on 47 points. We're on 45. So we go a point above them with 3 games in hand if we were to beat Watford and they lost to Man City away.
And they play Man City after us as well. So we could actually go, if we beat Watford, then we're going to the top. Who have West Ham got?
West Ham have got Liverpool away on the Saturday.
It's a massive game for us.
And then Tottenham don't play till the Monday. They've got Everton at home, which is that you would expect them to win that, but it's not an easy game.
No, but like this is you know, with those fixtures, this is a massive game for us. We've got to win this game. You know, it's not going to be easy, as it's proved. I think Watford have certainly under Roy Hodgson have improved defensively. Going to be a hard team to break down. But we've got to get that result, and it's going to be a difficult game for us. But hopefully we can win it. If we win that, you can go home on the Sunday afternoon, watch the Manchester derby with no problems. You know, and I think that's what we've done over the last few games, because we've won our games. We just sort of sat back and relaxed. Shocked the result. I see it was 0-0 at one stage, and I thought, oh well, Man United will nick it towards the end. And then, to be honest, I forgot about it, and then it come through 0-0. I thought, oh, lovely. You know, really, they should have won the game by a counter. They missed
They missed so many chances in the game, but they didn't win it.
No, they didn't. So Arsenal have got to take their chances, play play well. I think looking back on Thursday's result against Wolves was massive that we won that game because of what the games this weekend. It's a massive 3 points. With all that, like West Ham playing Liverpool, we could actually be in fourth with games in hand.
Fourth place, if you, as I said, if United slip up and lose to City, which
on paper,
to be fair, Man United though, past couple of seasons have actually gone to City and beaten them. But if things go to form, let's say, right, and City was to win that game, and City are going to be desperate to win that game as well because they've got the title race.
Yeah, Liverpool put pressure on them if they
breathing down their neck, and Liverpool would have played from the day before as well. Yeah. But if they won that game, if those two games go to plan, Liverpool to form, Liverpool West Ham, you'd expect Liverpool to win that, and then Man City to beat Manchester United, and they're going to be under huge pressure to do that because you would assume that Liverpool will win from the day before, and Arsenal win. They will be up into fourth place on 48 points with 3 games in hand over Manchester United, over West Ham, and a game in hand over Tottenham. That would be a brilliant position to be in.
I think we'd be level with Tottenham going into Monday night, wouldn't we? Because we'd have played. Yeah. So we'd be 6 points. If we win, we'd be 6 points in front of Spurs with no games in hand. Then they play on the Monday.
Yeah.
So but that's pressure on them then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pressure on them because they've got to get something from that game.
It's a great opportunity for Arsenal. Great. Although Watford away over the past...
Never easy.
Never easy.
Was for Patrick Vieira. Palace won their 4-1 last game.
Yeah.
So,
Palace won, but they're a weird team because Palace won their 4-1, but then they can go the following week and get a 0-0 at Man United. They beat Aston Villa away. They destroyed Manchester United at home. Remember
I remember that.
When Solskjaer got sacked.
Yeah. This is not an easy game. Anybody that's going to the game or watching it on TV think that Arsenal are going to win this easy. I don't think we will.
I mean, listen, they're second from bottom in the table on 19 points. They played 26 games. They really need to get something. Does this help Arsenal? The fact that you're not going to a Watford where it's like a nothing to lose game.
Yeah, they've got to get something.
They've got to get something out of this as well, because even a point, because they've got bottom 3 is Norwich on 26, played 26, 17 points. Watford played 26, 19 points. Burnley 25 games, that's a game in hand on both of them, 21 points. Then you've got teams like Everton on 22 points, played 24 games. That's a couple of games in hand over them. Leeds on 23 points, played the same amount of games as them, but still 4 points ahead. And Brentford played 27, but 24 points. Watford really need a win.
Yeah.
But at the very least, they need a draw. So pressure's on them.
Pressure's on them. And a good thing for Watford and even Norwich at the moment is that the two teams, Brentford and Leeds, are in freefall. So
they're in freefall.
So they'll be looking at thinking we've got a chance. Yeah.
But so are they, Watford. They're in freefall.
Yeah.
And it's the sort of place that we've got to go to, and we've got to get the crowd quiet and nervous and groaning
early.
Because they are they're really a wounded animal at the moment, and we've got to go there and we've got to be ruthless.
Yeah. And listen, any team in the bottom 3, listen, we've gone to Norwich, we give them a good seeing to away from home, but found it difficult at home. Burnley we've drawn with and beat them. So we need, we've not done the double. I don't think Watford. I think, did we get a draw there last year? I can't remember, or the year before. I can't remember.
I think it was a draw.
Yeah, so we need to. I think it was that when we was 2-0. I can't remember.
And then there was the Cojones game, innit?
Yeah, I remember going one time. We was 2-0 up and we was hanging on.
Yeah, and 2-0 up and they came back 2-2. That was the famous game when Troy Deeney was saying that we didn't win it because we lacked Cojones.
Well, there you go. You know what I mean? So we need to go there and get that result. And there's no easy game in the Premier League. I don't care. But when you're going to, when you've got those run of fixtures where Liverpool playing West Ham, Man City are playing Man United, you're away to Watford, you have to get the 3 points.
Out of all the teams chasing that top 4 position this weekend, we have the easiest game.
Yeah.
Right, let's be real. Even, as you just said, Liverpool, West Ham have got to go to Anfield. Wolves have got Crystal Palace at home. All right, you'd expect, but Palace, as we know, when they came to our place,
anything can happen.
They're a decent team on the road.
Decent.
You know what I mean? They should have beaten us.
Yeah, they should
when they
have
played us. Beat, like you said, Watford 4-1. Man United, as we've been saying all the time, Man City and away, and Tottenham, Everton at home. That won't be easy either. We've got the easiest game this weekend. We're the only team that's sort of playing a team that's in the bottom three.
Yeah, and that, and so you would look at that and go, right, this is where Arsenal have got to put these performances out and make sure that we do. Because if we don't get something against it, then you're looking over your shoulder. Maybe not next week, but the week after, when it'll be, we're going to say playing Man United, or we're going to Tottenham or Chelsea, and all the other teams are playing the easier games. We've got a chance to now get ourselves into top four at this moment in time, and then once we get in the top four, we've got Villa away the next game. No, so we've got Leicester at home, and then Villa to now start putting some foundations in at top four.
Let me tell you why this game's so important this weekend as well. So important. If those results went for us as well, but we won the game, next weekend we've got Leicester at home, as you said. But even more interesting.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say.
Man United, Tottenham. That means one of those two are going to drop points.
Yeah.
Again, another opportunity for Arsenal. These next two games.
6 points. If Arsenal are any aspirations of finishing in the top four, they have to get 6 points from these next two games, and that would have then that would have put us 5 games since the Burnley defeat, which is what you would have expected. Actually, you would have expected us to beat Burnley, so it would have been six games. But if we can pick up 5 wins on those games, that is what a top 4 team would be expecting to do, and that's what we've got to do. And if we can go into those games with those wins, then we can really assess it and think, right, we've pushed out. We probably should be 2-3 points above everybody else in that race. Then, like, you know what I mean, and put so much pressure on those other teams. You know what I mean? Oh, we can't afford to make a mistake here. We can't afford to do this and can't afford to do that. How do Tottenham and Man United play out that game if we've won our games already? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, but if we haven't, they're going to go, well, okay, well, it ain't so bad if we lose here because we can pick it up somewhere else. Got to nail it. Got to beat Watford. Got to beat Leicester. Got to move on.
And then, if we could do that, I mean, we're starting to then we're starting to then put some momentum behind trying to get into that top 4.
Yeah, believe.
Which is how you get into the top 4.
Yeah.
It's all about momentum.
It's no good celebrating and being all like we were against Wolves, which was fantastic, and then not taking advantage against Watford, not taking advantage against Leicester. All of those, that great comeback will be worthwhile even more if we get 6 points in our next 2 games. Massive game, I think, on Sunday. I'm nervous about it because I know how important this game is. I am nervous because I know that with Arsenal, in the past, there's always been that little cock up. We don't need any of them now. We don't need none of these bumps on the road and whatever. We need to have as you say, Thursday we've had a nice break, we've had a nice few training sessions. We should be really up for this game and going for it. Watford have gone to Man United and we've not had a game, so we should be nicely freshed up for this and go, right, we haven't played 10 days break. This is, Robbie, for us. So we've had nice rest, been out, look ourselves shot. We should be really, really going for these games.
Do we have the cojones?
Well, we're going to find. We will find out.
To go there and get the job done. You know what I mean? That because
I'm looking forward to watching Arsenal at the minute because for that reason, to see if they have.
We've shown over some of the recent games. The last game
showed it. Manager showed
cojones.
It. Manager showed it with the decisions.
Yeah, and to get that winning goal in the dying seconds of the game, that's cojones. Previous to that, going to Wolves,
brilliant.
Down to 10 men. Getting that win, that's cojones as well.
Without that, showing it. You know, they're showing it there. What was good about last game on the Thursday was that we've been relying on the youngsters. It was the experienced players that got us over the line. Lacazette, Xhaka and Partey come to the fold in that second half. Now another real decision. Pepe come on for the bench, turned the game. In fact, him and Eddie come on and turned the game. Manager making bold decisions, turned the game. So big decisions come on Sunday. What team does he go with? Smith Rowe wasn't available.
What would be your front three on Sunday?
Martinelli, Lacazette, and Saka. Same. Ooh. I didn't think Martinelli and Saka played that well against Wolves, but I've put that down to a very, very good defensive performance from them. But I think that they're entitled to have an off day every now and then. You know what I mean? Come back against Watford and show it.
I'm going to go slightly different front three.
Go on then, what's your front three?
Emile Smith Rowe, Lacazette, Saka.
Right, so you're leaving Martinelli out?
Yeah, I leave Martinelli out. To me, if you've got Martinelli and Pepe in reserve,
yeah, good call.
Ain't quite happening, and you bring those two on, that's great backup. And we all know, they're players that can make things happen.
Yeah, very interesting.
I think with Watford, looking at Watford, we've got to get out of that defence. You know what I mean? We've got to start fast, get out of that. Their strength is up front.
Yeah.
Up front, they've got some really, Sarr, quality player, could play at Arsenal.
Yeah, quality.
Emmanuel Dennis,
quality.
Could play at Arsenal. This is Josh King they got as well, isn't it, up front? So they've got a good front line. They're very quick, sort of explosive type team.
Experience in midfield.
But the defence ain't great.
No, Man United should have won 6-0. Come on, let's have it right. You know what I mean? Palace went there and got 4. You know what I mean? So they're vulnerable.
Got a good keeper, but the defence is vulnerable. We got to get in. We got to get stuck in. Would you bring back Tomiyasu if he's fit? Cedric's been playing well.
I'd keep Cedric going at this moment in time. I don't think Tomiyasu is 100% fit at this moment in time. I don't even know if he's back training and all that, But listen, I would have said that a week ago or game in. But I think Cedric has played really well in the last 3 games. And I think that attacking wise, I think that he gives us something as well. I think he's done really well in the last 3 games.
Yes.
If I'll be honest.
Yes.
So no need to rush Tommy back, So don't forget, in the next couple of weeks, we haven't got a game on this midweek, but then we've got Leicester, then we've got Liverpool, then we've got Aston Villa. So we've got 3 games in a week. So that's when your likes of Tomiyasu are going to be needed and a few of the players.
There's a lot of talk about the games in hand. And I keep getting reminded that those games in hand are against Tottenham away, Chelsea away, and Liverpool at home.
Yeah, so that's why it's important that you win these games.
3 difficult games, aren't they?
100% are, you know what I mean? And our running going on away games, if you look at the away fixtures we've got to go to West Ham, we've got to go to Southampton, who are on form at this moment in time. Newcastle, a different animal to what other teams have gone to them before Christmas, so that's going to be difficult. We've also, Chelsea, Tottenham. That's some difficult away games. So when you've got one from bottom in the league, don't be coming back and going, oh yeah, we'll take a point there and all that. You've got to nail these games. You know what I mean? Aston Villa away is not an easy game, by the way.
Tough game.
So we've got no real easy games away from home. They're going to be really, really difficult. So we've got to get the points on the board when we can. Those games for me, Watford and Leicester.
Fancy us?
Watford. Yeah, I do. I think that we'll have too much for them.
Where are you going?
I'm going to go 1-0, 2-0, something like that. I think it'd be tough.
I'm going 2-0. I'm going 2-0 in that game. What about the other games? We don't normally predict the other games, but what are you going in those? What are you going? Because they're so significant to us as well. If we could get the win, I don't want to be ahead of myself, but
Liverpool,
West Ham.
I think I don't think West Ham make it easy for Liverpool, but do you know what? I think Liverpool are on the ascendancy now.
Yeah,
I think that 2-0, 3-1.
Yeah, me too. And then City versus Man United.
I honestly think, right, that United could get something from this game.
Yeah, they could. Because I think Man United are a bit like Tottenham in that they like when teams come onto them.
Yeah.
And then they catch you on the counter.
Catch you on the break, yeah. And Manchester City, I'm going to have to say, I wasn't impressed with them against Spurs. I know that it was a great performance of Spurs, but I didn't think that they was great in that game. I didn't think they was great against Peterborough the other night. I looked at it like I thought they were very, very fortunate thanks to VAR, because obviously something's going on with them there. They should have had handball against them against Everton. So that should have dropped points that day.
Yeah.
So, and I think Man United could get a draw out of this game. I might be wrong, but I think that they could.
Even that would be good for us.
Yeah,
just don't need a United win.
I've got. I'm going to say it now. I've got a lot of games after the way they reacted and the way it was against us at the Emirates. I'm enjoying Man City slipping up every now and then. Like.
I forgot after that when you did your interview, hating on City. I don't like them.
I don't. Do you look how many? Go back to that game against Everton. Blatant handball not given. Again, Rodri going around kicking what he likes until he don't get booked. You know what I mean? Fernandinho doing it on Peterborough, taking liberties, not getting done. You know what I mean? I wouldn't. Listen, it would not upset me in the slightest if the old COVID cheaters Liverpool went and won the league. You know what I mean? It wouldn't bother me.
You dislike Man City so much you're wearing a City hat.
Yeah. Absolutely, because every team I follow, they're rubbish. So there you go. I start following City. Now, come on, City.
Right, listen. I've got to remind everybody again. The prize pot in Who Knows Win is £7,500. Last week, a guy, Tomstar9902, he guessed it 8 out of 10. He won £4,500.
Well done,
Plus, we're going to send him a goodie bag. Well done to him, right? Enter this week. The link is in the description. You can get the Arsenal home kit, away kit, third kit. They're going to be giving it to 3 people at random. All you got to do is enter, and you can
get a chance to win it. So all you got to do is enter.
All you got to do is enter, and you can win yourself a shirt, even if you don't even win the prize pot. And of course, a chance to win the prize pot. So get involved right now. The link is in the description. Who Knows Wins. Me and Lee head to head. I'm winning at the moment.
No, it's 3-3 now.
Yeah, 3-3.
And I just want to say that since I've actually been in it, I would be 3-1 up.
That was your fault that you didn't register yourself properly.
No, it wasn't really my fault, was it?
3-1 up.
It was the powers to be weren't letting me. I kept knocking, but they weren't letting me in. You know what I mean? But now that I'm in it to win it.
All right, well, we'll see. Listen, guys, thank you very much for listening and watching this podcast today. Don't forget that you can download it on all the normal formats. Don't forget to like and subscribe here to AFTV. We are looking forward to the game at the weekend. It's huge game. Even though you might look on it and say it's Watford, it's a bit of a local derby. It always is down there because the teams are in such close proximity. But this is a massive game for Arsenal, for Watford as well, with their, they're in relegation trouble. But Arsenal got to take advantage of the fact that where Watford are, we've got to show the Cojones, get this win and get those 3 points and really put pressure on those other teams around us. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.